I'm Dr. Joey Fawcett, coaching you to work positive today and increase sales with greater team productivity so you get out of the office earlier to do what you love with those you love. So who moved your time? Let's talk today about 3 tips to positively spring forward at work. The sun was getting up and it was late when the alarm woke me up for the past few weeks, and I liked that. This morning it went off and the sun was still asleep and it was dark, and I don't like that. Welcome to the first few work days of daylight savings time, right? Sure, I'll enjoy an extra hour of sunlight this evening, but that didn't help any this morning. Somebody moved my time. Seems like somebody's always moving something, aren't they? Especially at work. Since everything's changing so rapidly, how do you keep up with all this change? Here are 3 tips to help you spring forward into change at work. First of all, remind yourself change happens. Of course, now this isn't my first change to daylight savings time. They move my time every year, 2 times a year. They even change when they move my time. Kind of a double change, right? Your work has changed whether you've worked a couple of years or a couple of decades. Some of the change was cyclical and you anticipated. Other change was unpredictable. Perhaps it even blindsided you. You worked in the darkness. Change happens. Sure, your brain craves the familiar. Your mind seeks patterns you recognize. You want to work in predictable ways that create the results you want every single time. Well, if such time did exist, it's gone forever now. Remind yourself daily that change happens to everyone, everywhere. Secondly, remember a previous change experience that you survived. Now, I can remember a previous time that I survived. Since this isn't my first change to daylight savings time, I can recall working in my rose garden in that extra hour of daylight, or trail riding our horses with my wife, enjoying a beautiful hour-delayed sunset. You can remember a previous time at work when change intruded on work as usual, plunging you into temporary darkness. Something like your vendor changed pricing structuring, the bank changed credit terms, a key teammate left to change jobs. You preferred the light now. That is your previous way of doing your work. However, you discovered a way to survive that change. You adapted successfully. In fact, you found a way to make the new become familiar through repetition. Same way you learned your multiplication tables in 3rd grade. You just kept going until you did it, right? Remember that time of change. Sit down and soak in the success of that experience. You survived it, perhaps now thrive because of it, and you will this change as well. Third, relax and focus on your positive strengths. Yes, somebody moved my time, but there remain some constants in that change. I can deal with the changing time. So I can relax and call on my time adapting skills and then embrace that change. Your work positive strengths are still yours. What you do well may take on a different expression in a changing environment, but you have strengths that are still viable and necessary at work. So relax into your strengths. Now that you remember change happens and you recall a previous successful experience with it, release the anxiety and relax enough to do what you do well at work. Yes, the time may change, but the clock continues to work, and so will you. Positively spring forward as you work positive today. Coaching you to work positive today, I'm Dr. Joey Fawcett.